Just doing a short video on some of the new features and changed features that are have come out in the latest beta version of Engine Driver. The beta program is available for anybody. Just hop onto the Play Store, go find Engine Driver, and you can sign up for the beta as a beta tester, and you can download the most recent versions as they come out before they actually release to the broader public. So in this current beta, I'm going to go through a few bits and pieces, the first of which is the server address. Previously, if you clicked into the server address field up here, as opposed to selecting from the discovered and recent servers lists, which haven't changed, but if you click into the server address, previously it would show up the alphanumeric keyboard, which isn't the most convenient for entering numbers, which is the most common server addresses you're likely to be entering there. So if I just exit out and show you what it looks like now. So when I come in now and click into the server address field, it actually pops up the telephone keypad, which is a lot more convenient for just entering numbers. If you do need an alphanumeric server address, you can just click on that and you bring up the normal keypad. So I'm going to select from a local server, my recent list, so that one, and go through the rest of the options. So next one, swipe up, swipe down. So for some time we've had the capability of being able to do a swipe up, swipe down on the throttle page, but there was a lot of inconsistencies in what you could do in the up and what you could do in the down. So now you've got exactly the same set of choices in up and down. So if we look at what I've got for my down, that's lock and dim lock and dim screen, which is useful for when I'm using the a gamepad. I can lock the screen, stick it the telephone in my pocket, and then just use the gamepad. And my up at the moment I've currently got for the hide the web view. So I'll just do that, and I'll turn on the web view. So that's that one. Come back out. So there's my web view. Most commonly I have one of the panels available so that I can quickly get to some of my points and change them quickly. So I'll just have that one up there, and also have a loco on that. If I want to control the loco, it's a bit inconvenient from that space, but I can now swipe up. I've got the full. No. The emulator behaves a little bit strangely at times. So I can control my train, my loco. But if I want to change the points, I can just swipe up, change a point here or there, and swipe up again, and continue controlling my train. The opposite one I've got there, as I said, if I swipe down, it locks the screen and I can no longer click on anything. So not obvious, but I'm touching stuff here and nothing's happening. And I swipe down again, and on the emulator, swiping down for some strange reason is a little bit finicky. Works fine on the phone, it just doesn't work very well on the emulator. There we go, and now I'm back to being able to control my train again. Okay, that's that one. We've added, last release we added a couple of buttons up here. We've now added another one for doing much the same as what you just saw then. That's hiding and showing the web view. So we'll do that. I've now got a new button up there. Unfortunately, with a phone, you're limited in portrait mode to showing only 2 buttons. In landscape, you can get up to 3, and I think on a tablet it will let you have 4. But that's outside of our control. That's what's possible. So you're limited as to the number of buttons you can have up there, but you do have now a bit of a choice as which buttons you want to put up there. So that's that one. Continuing on WebView, we've now got an alternate. Steve's done some work to add the web view into the swipe left-right list. So if I scroll down towards the bottom here, there we go. We've got an option of swipe through web. So similar to the swipe through. So where are they? Yeah, swipe through points and swipe through routes. So there's now an option for swipe through web. So if I click that on. Now if I swipe left and swipe right, if I keep going, I get to my web view, so I can do the same sort of thing. Oops, there we go. And I can swipe back again. That's a little bit limited in terms of the fact that it doesn't seem to remember where you were exactly. It remembers the page, it doesn't remember where you are on the page. So might see some advancements there later. Next one. Small changes to the background option. So previously we had a couple of different options as to how it puts the image on the page. We've just extended those preferences a little bit. So there's my background image preference, and I've got a few different options as to how it will try to fit the image on the page to depending on the size and shape of the image and the size and shape of your phone. You've got a few more options to play with to how best to display that image. Next one, previously if I touched touched and held on the slider going up, it will slowly step you up to that point, but if I touched it on it going down, it would jump you to that point. So now it works the same in both directions. It slowly steps you in either direction. That's the default, but if you liked the old way where it would jump you straight down, there is a preference to turn that off. So let's see if we can find it. Oops, a bit too far. I guess there went a lot too. No, I haven't gone far enough. There are a lot of options. Speed step on decrement. So if I turn that off, instead of slowly stepping me down, it will jump me down, but it will continue to step me slowly up. The pause button, I've got a separate video on. I won't go through that again here, but that's available on any of the vertical sliders. Those two options, so the limit speed and pause options, are also now available on the gamepad select button, so you can configure any one of your gamepads to be those, along with all of the other options that are possible. We've also added support for a new gamepad type called a Utopia 360. It's a rather cheap little gamepad that runs off a couple of AA or AAA batteries, I think they are. Where are we? We really have too many options. Gamepad options. So yeah, there's a new type down here. It supports mode C on that. So we'll see where we go with that one. We might support some of the other modes. That's it.